Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of my topic of adding in a exhaust fan into a Cobra 2000. In part 1 I had this particular fan I showed that size-wise was what I was contemplating putting in here. Fit in there physically nice. But when I hooked up power to this, it was just too noisy. The fan was spinning way too fast. It's about 3,500 RPM, and it was just noticeable. So that's not what we want. If I'm going to put a fan in, it has to function and has to be not noticeable. So this particular fan, it will not do. So for this plan to succeed, I had to find a fan that meets my conditions of being silent and also doing the job. I did find such a fan. This particular fan also has a thermal sensor included with it too. So what that means is that it'll automatically adjust itself from a low of 900 RPM, which is really low, spins very slowly, to a high of 1700. So I like those numbers. So I thought I'd give it a try. And when I did hook it up, I was totally convinced then. Here's the unit itself. It's an 80 centimeter fan. We've got power, and we've got our additional wire for the sensor, which is so cool. I didn't even know it existed. This costs about the same price. It's $1 or $2 more than what they're charging for that other fan I showed you. So, this is the way to go. So, of course, because it is larger, it's not going to be able to fit in down there. So it's definitely going to have to be a on the back installation. So it's going to have to go here, and because of its size, physically, it fits in there perfectly. What I'm going to have to do, I do have venting on the back here, and I could just bolt it on and probably be fine. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make these cutouts larger. Probably going to start at the end here and just totally cut these vents right out and have a clear opening for airflow. So you may ask yourself, I'm still a crazy person wanting to do this. I know there's heat generated in here, and if we can cool things down even better, then that just means that all the electronics is just going to work cooler, and it's going to last so much longer. So that's my plan. I'm not just trying to put in some noise toy. We're trying to make this box work better. So that's my goal. For everything I'm doing here. So to prove it to you, I'm just going to put this fan down here. And I'm going to hook up power to it. So I've got a couple leads here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn on the power supply. And you're going to hear hum from the power supply. And then when I get the fan going, you're going to hear the hum of the power supply. And no, you're not going to hear a fan. You're going to hear nothing else except me talking. So let's just hook up these power leads here. And there is the fan. Can you hear anything besides the hum of the power supply? No, you can't. I love this fan because I'm so used to hearing other noisier fans. This is the first real quiet one I've ever encountered with a thermal sensor. Let me put him down. Let me turn the power supply off. So there you have it. I really like this fan. I plan on putting it in. Next time you see this in part 3, I should have this fan installed. You can add some comments if you so desire, whether it's a good idea or not. I believe it's not going to hurt anything. You know, for the purists that think that anything beyond the stock of the radio is going to hurt it, and you know, there's something to be said about that, but I'm looking at it from the point of view, I'm trying to make this better. I'm not trying to wreck it with frivolous add-ons and bolt-ons. This is going to enhance this machine. So that's my ultimate goal. So he's going to go on the back. I'll have a guard on here, whether I use this guard to protect the fingers and whatnot, but I think by putting that on there, feeding the wires through, having the sensor somewhere in this area, I think that's going to be beautiful. And we won't even hear it, and that's the main goal. Tell me what you think.